Everyone likes clean, fresh air, but every year we pump billions of tons of harmful pollutant gases into the air. A pollutant is a substance that causes harm if it gets into the air or water around us. Most pollutants come from burning fossil fuels. It's pretty well known that carbon dioxide comes from the complete combustion of carbon-containing fossil fuels. Fossil fuels are a group of fuels that include coal, petroleum, which is otherwise known as crude oil, and natural gas. Now, natural gas is mainly methane, CH4. Coal and petroleum are mixtures of many compounds, and most are hydrocarbons. They contain only carbon and hydrogen, but some contain other elements, such as sulfur too. When the carbon compounds in fossil fuels burn in too little air, for example inside car engines and furnaces, carbon monoxide forms, as well as particulates of carbon from the incomplete combustion of carbon-containing fuels. It's poisonous even in low concentrations. It reacts with the hemoglobin in blood and prevents it from carrying oxygen around the body, so people will die from oxygen starvation if they breathe it in. Sulfur dioxide, SO2, is an acidic gas with a sharp smell. It forms when sulfur compounds in the fossil fuels burn, and power stations are the main source of this pollutant. It can irritate the eyes and throat. It can cause some really bad respiratory problems to do with breathing. It dissolves in rain to form acid rain. Acid rain attacks stonework in buildings, especially limestone and marble, as they're made of calcium carbonate. But it can also lower the pH in rivers and lakes. It can kill fish and other river life. It also kills trees and insects and destroys soil. Now, nitrogen oxides, they're actually a mix of different nitrogen oxides of differing formulas. So they're also known as NOx. They form when the nitrogen and oxygen in air react together at the high temperatures that you find inside hot car engines. They can actually dissolve in rain to give another type of acidic rain, and that can also cause respiratory problems too. In case there are any viewers that are taking their GCSEs in 2021 and 2022, I've led some extra information about lead compounds, which is a pollutant. But anyone taking their GCSEs from 2023 onwards will not have to demonstrate knowledge of lead compounds. It's something that is used to be added extensively to petrol to help it burn smoothly, but lead damages children's brains, kidneys, and the nervous system. Methane is the compound CH4. It's found in gas deposits in the ocean floor and on land as natural gas, which we use as a fuel. It also forms whenever bacteria break down plant material in the absence of oxygen, for example in rice paddy fields, swamps, and landfill sites, which are rubbish dumps. Some animals, including cattle, sheep, goats, and camels, give out methane as waste gas from digestion. Bacteria in their stomachs help to break down grass and other foods, and methane is one product. Make sure you can state the adverse effects of these air pollutants. Carbon dioxide can lead to increased global warming, which leads to climate change, as can methane. Carbon monoxide is a toxic gas. Particulates of carbon can increase your risk of respiratory problems and cancer. Sulfur dioxide is an acidic gas and it can lead to acid rain, as can oxides of nitrogen. Oxides of nitrogen can also lead to photochemical smog within cities and respiratory problems. You'll see ever more strategies that are being implemented by governments to reduce the effects of these environmental issues, climate change. Planting trees, reducing our reliance on livestock farming, decreasing our use of fossil fuels, increasing our usage of hydrogen and renewable energy sources such as wind and solar will help us tackle climate change. We also need to support strategies to reduce the effects of acid rain with the following: using catalytic converters in vehicles, reducing emissions of sulfur dioxide by using low-sulfur fuels, and enhancing the process of cleaning flue gases from power stations using a process called flue gas desulfurisation. This uses calcium oxide. Flue gas desulfurisation is the removal of sulfur dioxide from the waste gases at power stations before they go out the chimney, or the flue. It's usually carried out using a runny mixture of powdered limestone or slaked lime and water. The mixture is sprayed through the waste gases. Alternatively, the gases are just bubbled through it. Hydrated calcium sulfate is the product. It's also known as gypsum, which is used in making cement, plasterboard, plaster for broken limbs, and other products. The company that owns the power station can sell it to earn money. When petrol burns in a car engine, harmful gases are produced, including oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxide, and unburnt hydrocarbons from the petrol, which can cause cancer. To tackle the issue, modern car exhausts contain a catalytic converter. In this converter, the harmful gases are adsorbed onto the surface of catalysts, where they react to form harmless gases. The catalysts speed up the reaction. The converter usually has two compartments marked A and B in the diagram. In A, harmful compounds are reduced, and the nitrogen and oxygen from this reaction then flow into B, where harmful compounds are oxidized using the oxygen from A. The harmless products then flow out the exhaust pipe. The catalysts are usually the transition elements platinum, palladium, and rhodium. They're coated onto a ceramic honeycomb or ceramic beads to give a large surface area for adsorbing harmful gases. To get the A's and A stars in this part of the specification, you will need to be able to explain how oxides of nitrogen form in car engines and describe their removal by catalytic converters. Look very carefully at the previous slide. Make sure that you can give the chemical equations that take place for the overall breakdown of carbon monoxide and nitrogen oxide into harmless products.